deterioration FY18 of trade deficit primarily due to higher oil prices along with a decline in the growth of merchandise exports. Retail price inflation averaged 3.07% during Q1 FY20. It may face upward pressure in the coming months owing to seasonal factors such as waning base effect, further deficit monsoons and lower crop sowings. So far, this monsoon may lead to build-up in price levels and may be critical to the inflation trajectory in the coming months. Additionally, the fuel price increase following the imposition of cess on transport fuels in the budget may result in a pass-through to various commodities and services which may impact the prices. The Union Budget aims to reduce the government's gross fiscal deficit to 3.3% of the GDP in FY20 from 3.4% in FY19. Now, if you come to banking sector, Indian banking sector has been dealing with twin balance sheet problem, which refers to stressed corporate and bank balance sheets. The increase in NPA of banks led to stress on balance sheets of banks, with the public sector banks taking in more stress. However, the performance of the public banking sector, that is domestic operations and PSBs in particular, improved ended financial year March 19, and it is also expected to improve during financial year 19-20. With most of the NPAs already recognized, the NPA cycle turned around with the SCB's gross NPA ratio declining to 9.3% in March 19, PSB's 12.6%, and rupees 3.59 lakh has been recovered over the last 4 years. 70,000 crore for capital for the recapitalize the public sector banks. In the last 5 years, from 2015 to 2019, PSBs have been recapitalized to the extent of 3.16 lakh crore, with an infusion of 2.5 lakh crore by the government and mobilization of 0.66 lakh crore by PSBs themselves. With the recapitalization, PSBs CRAR, that is capital required for assets, improved from 11.3% to 12.2% during the period, and is also likely to boost the credit flow, which may help the economy to grow at a faster rate during the current financial year. Government has taken several initiatives to reform PSBs, such as merger of PSBs to create big banks to fulfill the credit needs of the economy. Monitoring roles have been strictly segregated from sanctioning roles in high-value loans, and specialized monitoring agencies combining financial and domain knowledge have been deployed for effective monitoring of the loans above 250 crore. Apart from the above, focus has been given on digital payments by multiple means of incentivizing digital transactions. Circular dated 7th of June 2019 on prudential framework for resolution of stressed assets, which gives lenders 30 days to review a borrower account before classifying it as a non-performing asset in case of default. This framework replaces the earlier circular, which mandated lenders to start resolution even if there was 1 day default. Faced with prospect of inordinate delays beyond the 270-day deadline for completion of resolution process dealing with utility of IBC framework, the government has approved a new deadline of 330 days for completion of the corporate insolvency resolution process, which you are aware very recently the cabinet has approved, which requires to be given assent by the parliament. For purchase of high-rated pooled assets of the financially sound NBFCs aggregating to 1 lakh crore during the current financial year, government will provide one-time 6 months partial credit guarantee to public sector banks for the first loss of up to 10%. It may improve the liquidity condition of the NBFCs and also help them to raise more funds. In order to provide an impetus to digital payments movement, it has been decided by the RBI to waive processing charges and time-varying charges for RTGS and NEFT transactions. Accordingly, our bank has also completely waived RTGS and NEFT transactions effective from 1st of July 2018. Our bank was the first bank to do that. Other banks have followed. This is as far as the economic position of our global economy, Indian context, and Indian banking scenario is concerned. With respect to the results which were posted by our bank for Q1 ended June 2019, the total business of the bank as on 30/6/2019 stood at 3,77,778 crore as against 3,65,137 crore as on 30/6/2018. Bank has made a profit of 128 crore in Q1 of FY 2019-20 as against a loss of 1,944.37 crore in Q1 of FY 2018-19 and a loss of 8,333 crores in FY 2018-19. Bank earned an operating profit of 859.55 crore in Q1 in FY 19-20 as against the 829 crore which was booked earlier at the end of June 2018. This quarter 1 total recovery in cash recovery has been around 500 crores and there has been a reduction of further 700 to 800 crores. So, but if you look at the slippages were around 2,986 crores, predominantly coming from agriculture and the MSME segment, which we are looking at to completely overall the credit profile in the bank.
How do you plan to do
Madam, everybody is aware that agriculture sector is one of the strained sectors, but more importantly, in the recent times when debt waivers were declared by various states, the tendency to repay immediately was impacted because farmers were expecting the debt waiver. As a result, everybody is expecting to be covered. Now, in terms of Madhya Pradesh, while the requirements have been put forth to the government, the money is yet to flow to the banks. Only 10% of the money has been given in the first installment, and the remaining installments are yet to come. So we expect that in the Q2, the stress which is there in agriculture in two dimensions. One dimension is as far as the debt waiver receipts are concerned will be completely closed by September. Second, whatever stress we see still in restructured profile, we would have identified by Q2. So after Q2, we do not foresee the stress continuation in agriculture sector.
Reported one big fraud case during the quarter in our institution. But not only that, there are 350 of smaller cases which have also been reported. So it's a significant number of frauds that is now being reported. So what's the reason for this reporting now, and what is the steps the banks will take to this?
Now I'll come back to the first question regarding the capital. If you remember, during the year 18-19, the bank has already been capitalized to the extent of 11,780 crores by Government of India. As a result of the last installment of 6,896 crores, the bank was lifted out of PCA by Reserve Bank of India. If you look at that point of time, the message was very clear to the bank that the capital which is required is being given insufficient. As such, in the year 1920, we will have to live on our own. In view of the same, for the current year 1920, we do not expect any capital from government, though 70,000 crores has been budgeted, that is for the requirement of capitalizing other banks for growth capital requirement till September 2020, by which time again we will have a capitalizing plans. So that is as far as capital is concerned. Now with respect to fraud declaration, recently we have declared one account, bigger account, that is Bhushan Power and Steel. This has been NPA for a long time, and it was already provided for by at the end of March to the extent of 900 crores based on the resolution amount. It has got to NCLT, and NCLT has already finalized the resolution, and bid was also received. So considering the amount which is expected to be received by the bank, the remaining amount has been already provided for. Now the reason why we have declared as a fraud is that the CBI has filed a case, and after filing the case, through the investigation, they have for the first time submitted the FIR indicating that there has been a fraud by the consortium of banks. The report also has been submitted. So as a result, the account has been declared as a fraud. It started from Oriental Bank of Commerce, Punjab National Bank, and then we have also declared. Now coming to other accounts, there is one more account, SCL Limited, in which case we have also declared as a fraud. This was also an account which has been NPA for a long time, in which case already 100% provisioning has been done. Declaration.
Now, I mean, less than 10% in terms of gross, and less than 4% in terms of net NPA. And is there any possibility of any, cut in interest rate? Is the Allahabad Bank is looking to any, possibility of interest rate cut in near future?
First point is NPA reduction. We calculate always in terms of only gross percentage. For example, currently it is around 17.43. Now, what is that we expect if the recoveries through NCLT are hastened? Like I was expecting in the quarter Q2, Bhushan Power, we are expecting a resolution. We are also expecting resolution of SR Steel. These two for our bank itself is reduction of 2,000 crores, where a cash recovery will be 1,000 crores. But I tell you, this we have been expecting for the last 9 months. But why I am saying with little confidence is because the recently cabinet has approved, there are various amendments to the IBC Act which are going to Parliament, which is expected to be completed before 3rd of August because Parliament is an extension, and we foresee that it will be passed by the Parliament. Once it is passed and it becomes a law, the advantage is that these cases will have to see the logical end. They cannot stop. So that is one expectation which has to come. Other than NCLT, normal recovery, we would be expecting anything around 2000 crores per quarter. But once again, slippages are also there. If you have seen the slippage now this quarter, it was 2986. So we will be pegging at anything around 6 to 8% as our slippage to the credit profile. That is one guidance for the 1920 which we are confident to achieve. Now if you are asking me what would be your gross NPA percentage at the end of March 20, if these NCLT cases also come up, definitely we will reduce less than 15% in the first go by March 2020, much lower than 15% provided NCLT cases also get settled. Otherwise, our net NPA, we will be definitely maintaining below 6% to comply with the RBI guidelines throughout the year. We have around 140 branches in Madhya Pradesh, and the amount what we claimed under debt waiver is 1170. We have received only hardly 50-60 crores. So remaining amount is expected during the current quarter.
So for other states, this is not a problem.
Other states still we are yet to get. That is Rajasthan and then Chhattisgarh.
And what would be the total amount which you are expecting from all the states put together from debt?
We can expect anything around 1,500 to 1,600 crores.
What is the total expense?
For the first sanction 40 crores under Mudra scheme,
That is only for this quarter.
it's only for this quarter. Not for this.
That is only for this quarter.
So can we have any?
During 1920, when we say
comparative
1920 only Q1.
Okay, I mean comparative figures. I mean, how much did you sanction for the last Q1?
Cumulative figure, if you want, it is more than 4,000 crores.
More than.
Yeah, 4,400 crores if I precisely remember, which is outstanding as at the end. Under Mudra scheme. Mudra scheme came in 2016. 15-16.
And Q1 in last year, 2018, how much?
No, last year I need to give you the figure properly because I need to check. I have only given you the outstanding as of today. Yeah, you are telling something.
This is Kishore Mishra from Business Economics. If government
That is one. Second, we have grown by 8.75% year on year.
Basic reasons for that.
That is credit growth only. No? Basic reason for booking profit is number one, reduction in the provision. That was over now. That was over.
And sir, what is the status of your exit from Universal Software Particle?
Universal Software is doing well. They have booked a profit of 250 crores roughly at the end of March 2019. And currently, if you look at our capital position is also very good. So we will be looking at, because why we are looking for a good valuation for the share in Universal Software.